Hello everyone. Today I'm going to play the Ice Age official scenario. If you think Greenland is annoying in a standard Plague Inc. stage, Greenland in this scenario will give you a massive headache. The gimmick of this scenario is that some countries on the bottom side of the equator will become a cold country. The annoying part of this scenario is that the countries on top of the equator, like countries in Europe, are very resilient to our plague. It means that it takes a long time for our plague to gain momentum in those countries. Also, some countries in this scenario gain or lose some modifiers. As you may have already know, if our plague doesn't do well in Europe, Greenland will just laugh at us and close their shipports if they want to, leaving us with no choice but to restart the game. However, if your plague has an ability to directly target Greenland, then Greenland is just an ordinary country. I'm going to use the virus plague here, and we know that virus plague doesn't have an ability that can directly target Greenland. That's why I'm going to prioritize infecting Greenland as fast as possible. I'm going to use the save load state here. However, this strategy will work even without save load state. I already have a video that uses this strategy but without using save load state. I'm going to upload the video in the upcoming days. Pop-ups to avoid in this strategy. Awareness Day. This makes cure progress faster. We don't want this because in this strategy, we're going to do some stalling. Stalling in this context means that we're going to get few upgrades or not get any upgrades at all until a certain outcome is met. Before playing, you should have these genes: ATP boost, Darwinist, Aquasite. We need this to increase our chance of infecting countries without land borders and only have shipports like Greenland, Caribbean, etc. Extremophile, Symptostasis. We need this to get cheap symptoms that boost our plague's infectivity early. Also, we can cheaply get symptoms at late phase when genetic drift loses its effect. What is genetic drift? Genetic drift is a feature that increases the cost of upgrades based on the global infection rate. It means that the more people infected in the world, the more expensive upgrades become. Now let's play the scenario. Start in Saudi Arabia as usual. Get Air 1. Get Rush. Get Sweating. Skin lesions is now open. Get Cyst, really cheap symptom. Get Abscess, this symptom is cheap and has decent infectivity for early phase. Get Coughing. Get Pneumonia for colder countries. Get Nausea. Get Hypersensitivity for rich countries. Get Vomiting. Get Sneezing. This one has a good amount of infectivity. Get Viral Instability and start ramping up mutation chance. Get Water 1, need to open up Extreme Bioaerosol. Get Water 2. Get Cold Resistance 1, start ramping up Cold Resistance. Get Cold Resistance 2, I think my virus Cold Resistance is better now. Get Air 2 and Extreme Bioaerosol, hoping to infect Greenland soon. Get livestock 1 for Russia. There's a decent chance that a ship from Russia will go to Greenland. That's why I need to overwhelm Russia as early as possible. Get livestock 2 for Russia again. If Greenland or Russia close their ship ports, I'm going to restart the scenario. There's a chance if only Russia closes its ship port, but not Greenland. However, the chance of infecting Greenland when this happens is slim. Get drug resistance 1. Get drug resistance 2. Not a bad mutation at this point of time. Greenland got infected just now. This is great. As you can see, the momentum of my virus in Europe is very slow. Get rodent 1 for urban countries, especially in Europe. Also get rodent 2. Urban countries with cold climate is gonna be problematic in the late phase. Seems like all isolated countries are not infected. Also, number of days is 232 days and cure progress is 37%. This is a nice stats. For early phase, going to save my progress here before going to the second phase. In the second phase, we're going to play the mutation lottery again. Hoping for necrosis or total organ failure to be mutated for free. Going to get necrosis and let's hope the total organ failure is mutated for free. Don't want this mutation, give me total organ failure for free game. Get dysentery for good amount of infectivity and moderate amount of lethality. I think this run is a lost cause. Yeah, it's taking a lot of time. I'm thinking about saving this run. Not sure if I can save this run, but I'm gonna try to reduce the cure progress and hope to get high score based on cure progress. Get insanity, much cheaper than genetic reshuffle 1. Also got seizures for small amount of lethality. I think I'm gonna get hemorrhagic shock. I think it's fine to ramp up lethality because my infectivity gauge is maxed out. Great! Total organ failure is mutated for free. Thanks for the gift. Now I hope my infectivity is enough to counter lethality or else some people will survive and I will be defeated. Don't want that to happen. Get coma and paralysis to reduce cure progress and get the remaining symptom. Get genetic hardening 1 to slow down the cure progress. Get genetic hardening 2 to further slow down cure progress. Infection rate in remaining healthy countries are not good. I'm losing hope. Oh well, gonna load the previous state if I fail here. This is taking too long. I think this run is a lost cause. This run is definitely a lost cause. Can I load the previous state? Well, unlucky runs can happen anytime. It happens this time. Let's try again. Hope RNG gods are on my side this time. You know what? I think I need to get environmental hardening to increase infectivity in Europe and the cold countries in North America. Necrosis is mutated for free. Great way to start the mutation lottery. Get hit resistance 1. Get hit resistance 2. Get environmental hardening is expensive, to be honest. I'm gonna rely on my virus to mitigate total organ failure so that I can spend my remaining and future points on reducing the cure progress. Not a bad mutation, but I prefer total organ failure. Get Insanity, much cheaper than Genetic Reshuffle 1. Also get Coma, Paralysis, and Insomnia. They're cheap due to symptostasis and they reduce cure progress. Infectivity and cold countries are much better now than my previous run. Better get Total Organ Failure since I can afford it. Don't know if there's any mutation left at this point. Get Hemorrhagic Shock. Now my virus lethality is in full swing, expecting to finish this run quick. Oh, there was one mutation chance left. Should have left Hemorrhagic Shock and chose Pulmonary Fibrosis instead. I could have bought Genetic Reshuffle 1. Oh well, miscalculation. And I got 3 Biohazards. Countries close to North Pole are really annoying in this scenario, that's all.